probe is currently the most advanced of the incubator devices that mimic the mother's uterus. We want to follow the development for a few days after combining the egg with the sperm. We normally put them in the devices that mimic the mother's uterus. We remove the embryos developing in the incubator once day and examine them through microscopes. We look at their division and identify whether, yes, this is beautifully divided, or this is not well divided, and then put it back in its place. In the embryoscope, there is a camera system at the bottom, and with this camera system, the embryo is observed every minute. That is, we see the division take place slowly, and it is recorded as a video. Then, when we come and look at it like the next day, we can make a 24-hour observation of the embryo. By doing so, this can show us the erroneous divisions that may take place during time we are not aware of. In fact, it can show us that an embryo, which we consider to be a good one, may actually be problematic, or an embryo that we thought was problematic can also be a very healthy embryo. We do not interfere with the embryos. Also, because we watch them on video instead of taking them out under the microscope every day, we minimize their interaction with air. This contributes positively to our pregnancy rates. Especially in patients with an egg number of 8 and above, embryoscopy is my primary choice. Embryo pooling is one of the methods we use to increase our successes. That is, the patient's ovarian reserve may have decreased and we are able to get 1 egg, 2 eggs, or sometimes 3 eggs from this patient. But we manage to form one good quality and beautiful embryo. Especially for patients at a certain age whose chances are already reduced, instead of making a single embryo transfer, we want us to transfer 2 embryos. So we take the embryo of this patient and freeze it. By reinducing our patient, collecting eggs again, in the next period, we can obtain a new embryo, and we can combine and transfer these 2 embryos together. In addition, when we make a genetic in vitro fertilization to the patient, we act according to the number of embryos we have. For example, in a patient with translocation, we'd like to send a minimum of 8-9 embryos for genetic examination. Therefore, if we get 4 embryos from the patient, all 4 could be healthy. Instead of sending them to genetic examination immediately, we freeze them and try to add new embryos along with them to increase their number to above 8 or 9 by using the pooling method. This is a method we use frequently and is very comfortable and great for us. I would recommend it. Is it possible to utilize these innovations in tube baby treatment in a single patient? Yes, it is. However, this is not the demand of medical procedures. Being a good physician requires skills to use the appropriate innovation in the right patient. Think of it like this. We have a goal to reach another city from here. It does not matter whether we travel by car, SUV, or a 4-wheel motorized vehicle, because our goal is to reach the city, which we are doing as we travel in any way. Thus, I must do whatever is necessary to take me to my destination. A lot of patients come to us and we hear so many thoughts about these innovations, such as, I read on the internet, let's do this, let's do that, I heard that this is a new method, should we use this? However, we reject some of them in particular. Sometimes the ideas of our patients and ours are the same. Therefore, we move into the implementation phase. The main goal is to use suitable innovation for the particular need of the patient. We are proud to apply all of our energy and effort in trying to make people have children. Infertility is not untreatable. Wish you all a healthy day.